how about the processing time for these visas? How long does it take?
Well, before the deployment ban,
Yeah.
you can go there in 6 months.
That's fast.
You need to pass OSCE, okay? Well, we call it OSCE, okay? That's Objective Structured Clinical Examination. It's a feature of European countries.
Is it possible to bring family members when you go to the UK? Welcome. We at 9.09er help students to do well in various English tests, from the IELTS to the OET to the PTE. However, it's critical for you to understand why it is important to do well in these tests in the first place. It's never really to brandish your proficiency in the language, no one does that, but rather it's because you want to transport your life to a place that is much better compared to where you currently are. So today, we shall be providing an overview of the journey on how to get to two countries in particular, to Ireland and to the United Kingdom. Here we have Sir Ervin, Temporal, CEO and President of 9.09er, in order to give us this important overview. Sir Ervin?
Okay, so in our first two videos, we focused on US and Canada. Now, we're going to allot one video for UK and Ireland, the two European countries requiring English exams. So, let me begin by saying that UK and Ireland are somehow similar to the United States because UK and Ireland prioritize health workers. So, if you are an accountant, if you're a teacher, an architect, an engineer, you have more chances of going to Canada. But not so much in US, UK, and Ireland. But what's the main difference between UK and Ireland versus USA? USA offers EB3, immigrant visa. You have employment at the same time, immigrant status. But that's not the visa that UK and Ireland offer. They offer working visa, which means to say, yes, you have guaranteed employment, but by the time you arrive there, you're not an immigrant yet. You apply for permanent residency, you apply for citizenship someday, but it's not as if you are granted that kind of status upon arrival. So, because there is guaranteed employment, remember, no show money. That's the case if you have guaranteed employment. And then, what's the good news? You don't have to study. Okay? So, when you arrive there, you can work in the hospital as a health worker. You don't need to study for like 4 years or 2 years or 6 months because there's no such thing as bridging program in going to UK and Ireland. And airfare is also sponsored by the employer. At the same time, the accommodation. So those are the advantages when going to UK and Ireland. Now, thinking of the disadvantages, these two countries require higher scores as compared to US and Canada. Because for US, it doesn't matter whatever grade you get in listening, reading, and writing. But UK and Ireland now have exactly the same requirements. So, for IELTS, listening, reading, and speaking must be 7. Writing must be 6.5. That's for nurses, and you have to take the academic version of the examination. But if you are taking OET, so listening, reading, speaking, that's B. And then writing, C+. Well, Ireland followed the requirement of UK, but with a little more consideration. Because you can get 6.5, could be in listening, could be in reading, in writing, or speaking, as long as you get 7 in the 3 other subtests. For OET, it's exactly the same story. You need 3 Bs and 1 C+. So, apart from that disadvantage where you need to score higher, what can I say? Well, right now, there is still the deployment ban for health workers. And this one was recorded in September of 2020, where currently there is still an ongoing deployment ban for healthcare workers going there, but who are exempted from this ban. If you are able to secure your job offer before March 6, 2020, you can still go there. But if you still don't have your valid job offer before March 2020, then you still have to wait for UK and rather wait for the Philippine government to lift the deployment ban. Okay, so what are the other disadvantages that I can think of? Well, you need work experience. Well, NMC, the Nursing and Midwifery Council of UK, plus NMBI, Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland, do not necessarily require work experience. But for most of the recruitment agencies, when they post the requirements, the hospitals prefer nurses with clinical experience. You don't want to entrust the health of your patients to nurses who haven't had any experience at all.
To newbies.
Yes, that's exactly the point. That's why I'd say it's more of a disadvantage if you don't have work experience, because you cannot work in UK or Ireland, so to speak.
I see. How about the processing time for these visas? How long does it take?
Well, before the deployment ban,
Yeah.
you can go there in 6 months.
That's fast.
Yes, it's fast. But because there is deployment ban now, we'll never know. All we have to do is pray to the gods in heaven. We venerate the saints and let's pray for the stars to align. Because if it's in your destiny, if it's written in the palm of your hands that you can go to UK and Ireland, in God's time, it will happen. We wouldn't know if it will be lifted this year, but let's just hope.
I see. And regarding English exams, regarding combinations, is it possible to combine tests in the UK? How about in Ireland?
Okay. UK allows combination of up to 2 results. You can look for this video of Niner here on our YouTube channel, combination of results. But Ireland does not allow combination of 2 results. You have to get the required band scores in one sitting. So that's the main difference between UK and Ireland. Well, one allows combination of 2 results, the other one does not.
Is it possible to bring family members when you go to the UK?
I think so, because we have coaches like Lex de la Cruz.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Okay. Yeah, she's already in the UK and she brought her husband and baby. And our former coach, Sha, is already in the UK and she brought her husband with her. So yes, it's possible to bring your family members to the UK.
You mentioned earlier that unlike in the US, when you get there, you're already an immigrant. When you go to the UK, you're not yet an immigrant, but you have to apply afterwards.
Yeah.
Do you know how long it takes, how long you're supposed to stay in the UK before you can apply?
Well, you can still go home, but you have to wait for roughly 4 or 5 years of working in the UK before you can apply for that status.
It takes a while.
Yeah. But if you're already there, might as well maximize the time that you're in Europe. You can travel to the rest of Europe.
True.
Just enjoy the time while you're there. And
That's true.
one day, it's 4 years already. It's 5 years already.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies. All right. Thank you. That's a very comprehensive overview of what it's like to go to these countries. But is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
Don't worry about employment. We have a lot of partner recruitment agencies that hire our passers. So we suggest you pass English examinations first, because the moment you have that proof of English proficiency, it's like joining The Voice. You're going to be a 4-chair turner because you have what it takes to go to the United Kingdom and Ireland, because employers know it is a challenging aspect of the visa application, the stumbling block. So if you're able to pass the English test, domino effect, everything will be easy after that. So we suggest you prepare for the English exams first. You're going to get your job offer after you pass that.
I'm reminded, after passing the English exam, when our candidates get there, when our students get there, do they still need to pass a nursing exam in both Ireland and the UK?
Well, you need to pass OSCE, okay? Well, we call it OSCE, okay? That's Objective Structured Clinical Examination. This is not available in Canada, not available in the United States of America. It's a feature of European countries. So when you arrive here, well, you're already working in the hospital, but you get to be promoted to a higher band, especially after passing this practical examination. So if tests whether your nursing you can put your nursing knowledge into practice.
I believe in Ireland it's called the aptitude test.
Yes.
Indeed. So they have similar standards in that regard. Yeah, so doing well in English is part of the process.
Yes.
You're not going anywhere without the English, but there are other things to think about as well.
Like your nursing practical examination.
Yes. Thank you very much, Sir Ervin. Hopefully this information will prove useful to you in making a decision in which country to go to.
And if you think this video is helpful, then be a blessing to your friends. Share this to your friends who also have plans of going to the UK and Ireland.
Thank you for your time.